Namaste. Welcome to Yoga with Antoni, and this is Chair Yoga Strong for seniors. You will need a chair and 2 blocks. If you don't have 2 blocks, go ahead and grab 2 books. This is about the size of like an old school dictionary or big old cookbook, something like that. And we're going to place those on the floor, and of course a chair in front of the chair. We're going to place our feet on them. I want you to come to the edge of your chair and feel your sits bones. Now, if your knees are like way up here, go ahead and remove the blocks for now, because you don't want to have your knees above your hips or below them. So you can adjust to a different size block or book, or you can just not use them at all, although we will need them later. So I'm going to find my sits bones. So rock back and forth. Land in the middle of each sits bone, which will kind of bring you into mountain pose, good posture. Shoulders are over hips. Imagine there's a headrest in a car and you're bringing the back of your head to it, and then lengthen up through the crown, arms to your side. You can close your eyes as you inhale. Lift your arms slowly with the breath. Stop where you feel stuck and try not to lift your shoulders. And then as you exhale, flip your palms. Breathe out of the nose through a tiny hole in your mouth. Then again. Let's do one more. This time, lift the chest, maybe lift the chin, and exhale. All right, let's set those blocks. Kind of push them under your chair. Bring your feet to the floor. Lift your toes and spread them. Make sure your feet are straight. Come to your sits bones. Find that mountain pose again. On the inhale, rock to the front of your sits bones. And lift your chest and start to bring your shoulder blades together. And then on the exhale, I want you to lean back to the back of your sits bones, tuck your chin, stretch like a cat. And then again, on the inhale, you're gonna bring the shoulders down and hug the shoulder blades, maybe lift the chin and the chest. Exhale, stretching like a cat, tucking it in. Let's do one more. The chin is optional. If that hurts you, don't lift it. Let's do one more of those heart openers. And release. And then let's just windshield wiper back and forth. Big cleansing breaths. And we're going to start out by standing up and shaking out your legs so that your knees snap, crackle, pop. And then we're gonna move to the back of the chair. So I'm gonna just turn my chair like this. And I'm just gonna move it so you can see me in the video. And we're gonna find mountain pose standing. So I want you to bring your feet straight, lift and spread your toes. Put soft knees, and I want you to find that little gentle arch in your back. Shoulders back, ears back, lifting up from the crown. Let's do those arms again. As you inhale, lift the arms without lifting the shoulders. And then on the exhale, bring your arms to your side, grabbing the back of the chair. We're gonna walk back, and then I want you to pull your hips back. So bend those knees, and your head will stay up if you have glaucoma or high blood pressure. Otherwise, let your head drop. Take another breath. And then we're going to slowly walk it back in. And every time we're going to find mountain pose. Feet are straight. Toes are lifted, even if they're in shoes. Gentle arch in the back. Shoulders back and down. Ears over shoulders. Lift up from the crown. As you inhale, lift the arms. Keep them straight. And don't lift the shoulders. Just stop where you feel stuck. Grab the back of the chair. Walk it back, bend those knees to bring the hips back. Yogi's choice for your head. Big breath, and walk it in. I'm going to show you a modification for the third sun salutation. You can turn the seat. This is a little more challenging, or simply turn to the front of your chair. And again, let's find mountain pose. We're building muscle memory for posture. Feet are not going out, they're straight. Toes are lifting and spreading. Arch in the back is gentle and natural. Shoulders down, ears back, lifting from the crown. Inhale, lift those arms without the shoulders, without bending them. And then exhale, bend your knees. You can bring your hands to the chair now and walk back and bend your knees, hips back, and option for your head. Big breath. And we're gonna slowly walk it back in. Bend your knees. I want you to come either hands on the back of the chair or on the seat, coming to fingertips to a straight back. You see that? Big breath. Bend your knees, come up. Let's come into that heart opener. Shoulder blades together, heart lifts, maybe your chin lifts. Release and gently twist it out. All right, we're now gonna do bird dog. So we're gonna come to the back of the chair. We're gonna face the back of the chair with both hips. We're gonna lift our right heel, step it back. We're gonna release our left arm overhead, and when you lift it, try not to lift your shoulder. And we're gonna lift the chest, maybe the chin, take 3 breaths for bird dog, or you can lift that leg. Slow breaths, keep your hips square. If that hurts your knee, you can, if it hurts your back, bend the knee. You can bend both knees. And release. If something hurts your back, try bending a knee and see how you like that. We don't want to hurt our back. Hips are facing the back of the chair. This time, left leg back, right arm forward. And see, I'm lifting it as high as I can without lifting the shoulder, without bending the arm. Maybe you want to lift the chin. You definitely lift the chest. Option to lift the leg, option to bend legs, and breathe. Bird dog. If you need to hold on with both hands, just lift the leg. There's always a modification. And release. Bring your feet and legs out slightly. Soften your knees and try to draw a big circle on the floor just with the lower body. And again, just breathe as you do this. And again. And then change direction. Don't hurt yourself. Slowly blossoming and opening up on its own. Just let your body do what it can do today. Honor it and you will improve. All right, we're gonna step back to the back of the chair again. And this time we're gonna do chair pose. Last time we did it with our buttocks in front of the seat. Now we're gonna do it holding on to the back of the chair. So slightly, well actually we're not gonna step back. What we're gonna do is we're not gonna do this. See how my knees are going forward? Oh, that's so bad. We wanna bring the weight into the heels, okay? And then we wanna bring that buttocks back slightly, but we wanna grab onto the chair and lift the chest, okay? You see that? Option to lift one arm, maybe both. Take 3 breaths. And come back up. And when you come back up, squeeze in your butt cheeks and release them. Let's do that again. Weight in your heels, okay? Kind of lift your toes. Bring your buttocks back slightly, bending your knees. Use the chair to gently lift your chest. Option to lift one arm, no arms, or both. 3 breaths. Come back up, squeeze in those butt cheeks, let them go. Don't do anything that hurts your back. Modify, modify, modify. Let's do it again. Weight into your heels. Start to bend your knees as you bring your butt back. See, not going forward, going back. Start to use the chair to lift chest. Option to lift one, none, or both arms. 3 breaths. See if you can lift your toes. You might need to hold on. And squeeze in those butt cheeks, let them go, loosen it up, twist it out, big cleansing breath. We're now going to move into Warrior 2. Bring your feet wide. Turn this left foot just to this first leg of your chair, so it's kind of catty corner, and bend that knee. And now I want you to start to bring shoulders over hips. So I'm not leaning forward. And then I want to open up my pelvis and my chest to you. But I want to keep this knee back. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Take this right arm out to the side, shrug the shoulder, and then pull the shoulder down the back. Ears over your shoulders. 3 breaths. Option to do both arms. Look wherever you want. 2 more breaths, warrior 2. Now grab onto that chair with your left arm if you're not already. Bring that right arm into that heart opener. That means your heart's lifting, your shoulders going back slightly, and side bend. Don't forward bend. Side bend into side angle warrior for 3 breaths. You can look wherever you want. Slowly come back up, step it out, and we're going to do the other side. I'm going to move the chair just so you can still see me in the video, right? Okay. Wide legs. This time right foot goes to this front back leg of the chair. Bend your knee. All right. Open up chest and hips to me, but don't let that knee come forward. Keep it back. I'm going to try to come to the pinky toe side of this back foot. You can hold on, but see how my hip's sticking out? We want to bring the hips center. Bring the arm out to the side, left arm. Hug the shoulder blade and shoulder down. Look wherever you want. 3 breaths. You can use both hands if you'd like. You can look wherever you want. Keep that knee bending to get the most out of this pose and pushing the knee back slightly away from the big toe. We're going to do that side angle warrior. Again, you can just use your hand and side bend. This arm comes into that heart opener. Look wherever you want. Or more challenging is to have both arms in that heart opener. When your heart opens, your shoulder blades go back. Option for either one. If this hurts your shoulder, bring your hand to your hip or to your shoulder, pulling it back. And slowly come up and walk your feet in. We're now going to turn to the seat of the chair again. We're going to bring our feet wide. We're going to bring the weight into the heels, bend the knees, keep your back straight. See how my back is straight? There's a little curve. We're either going to bring hands or forearms to the chair. And then we're going to start to straighten the legs without rounding the back. Pull your belly button up towards your spine. And then I want you to act like you're stopping the flow of urine, activating Mula Bandha for 3 breaths. Bend those knees. Slowly make your way back up, trying to keep that straight back. Walk your feet in. Shake it out with a big breath. Let's go ahead and come back to our chair. And we are going to get those blocks ready. These are kind of fancy blocks, but you can use whatever blocks or books or really firm towels or something rolled up, you know, like a lumbar pillow or something. But yoga blocks are pretty inexpensive, so you might want to invest in some. And we're going to go ahead and set them up in front of us to make, you know what would even work? A little stool. Okay, you get the picture. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. We're going to bring our feet to that stool, come to the edge of our chair. And the first thing that we're going to do clamshells. We're going to work these outer hip flexors. I call these my Starbucks muscles because they're called tensor fascial lattes. That's how I remembered them for the exam. So we're going to bring keep your right foot in line with your right hip. Then take your left foot and bring it to lean on the inside of that right foot. Let the knee drop. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull that knee without our hand as far away as we can. Take a breath. And then let it come back in. And again, make sure you're not rounding the back, you're not overarching the back, you're breathing, and bring it back in. We're doing clamshells, and again, keep the feet touching, and bring it back in. My foot is almost on top of the right foot, and again, pull it away as far as you can without the aid of your hand. There might be a tightness, there might be shaking, but there shouldn't be pain in your hip. Back off if there is. Release. And again, we're using these outer hip muscles. If you don't feel that, push your knee further away. Release. Let's do 2 more clamshells. Release. This will stabilize your hips, preventing falls. Big breath. And release. Woo, that was intense. Let's do the other side. Bring your left foot right in line with your left hip. Bring that right foot right up against that left foot, maybe even slightly on top. And without your hand, let the knee fall away. Push it away for a breath. And let it go. Now remember, you're sitting up tall. And again, push it away, but keep your foot, this is the tip here, keep your foot pushing into your left foot. That will make sure you're using this outer hip. And release. And again, push it away from you. Imagine something's pushing it towards the floor. Big breath. And release. And again, stop if you start to feel pain in your hip. Not discomfort, but pain. Release. Discomfort is more about the muscle working. Pain is about the joint overworking. Keep breathing. Release. 1 more. Keep that foot pressing into the other foot. And release. And then we're just going to do some loose butterflies to loosen it up. And now we're going to do some core work here. So what I want you to do is your feet are on a stool or books or a block. We're going to build a wall with our hands. We don't want our knees to go out. And then I want you to take your left knee and lift up your left foot. So you're pushing your left knee into your left hand and release. Keep breathing. Let's do the right hand. The right hand is a wall. The right foot is lifting. Release. Let's do it with our breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly lower. Don't pop. Don't plop. And again, the other side. Working this lower core. Hands are a wall. Again, push into the wall. Inhale. Slowly release. Inhale. Feel it in these lower abs again. Transverse abdominis muscles, those inner lower core muscles. Again, other side. We're going back and forth with the breath for each. Other side. The hand is a wall. The knee is pressing. If you can't lift your foot up, come to your toe and push your knee into your hand. Other side. We have 1 more set. Come up as high, pressing into that hand, resisting it, slowly lower. Last one. And release. All right, we're gonna set those blocks to the side. Actually, keep one in your hand, just one. And rock side to side. If you don't have a block, a book may not work for this, so you're just gonna use your hands. I'll show you both ways. Without a block, you're going to take 2 fists like this, push them between your inner thighs, and squeeze those fists for a breath. If that hurts your hand, grab a pillow or a towel or the block. Let's do it again. Release, open your legs, and again. Release, kind of like a butterfly. We're going to add to it this time. Squeeze that block and squeeze your butt cheeks in, holding them for a breath. Release, and again. Butt cheeks hold in, block squeezing. Release. This time we're going to add in the third thing. Squeeze that block. Squeeze in your butt cheeks and hold in the muscles that you use to stop the flow of urine for a good breath. Those are pelvic floor muscles, aka mula bandha. And release, and I'm gonna butterfly, and I'm gonna practice some eye-hand coordination. If you have a block, I don't know if you have a big book, it may not work. And it's okay if you drop it. We've had flying blocks in some of my classes before. All right, we're now gonna go into some windshield wipers. Just twisting, breathing, letting everything loosen up. And let's come into pigeon pose. So pigeon pose, I'm gonna give you two options. Again, you can use those blocks. This is the easier one. You bring your feet up. You bring your foot just like you did for clamshell, stacked on the other foot. You're gonna take your left hand, you're gonna make a wall. And this time I want you to take your left knee and push it into the hand. And then the more advanced is no blocks. Coming into figure 4, build a wall, relax the foot, and push against the hand. Let's do that for a breath. Release. And again. Release. And again. Release. I'll show you what the last 3 look like for that modification. That left foot's leaning against the right foot. This left hand's a wall. Push into the hand. Release. 2 more, either way you like it. Release. And 1 more. If your hand can't reach, you can grab something to build a wall, like a book or a block, okay? Let's do the other side. I'll start with level 1. Let your knee drop. Build the wall with your right hand and push against the hand. Release. You can do figure 4 as well. Relax the foot, build the wall, and push against the wall. Release. And again, make sure you're not slouching. You're sitting up tall, your shoulders are down, your breath is free. Release. And again. Release. And again. Release. Notice I'm letting my exhale go long. That's what we want to do. Resist. Just breathe in and then slowly let it out of your nostrils or a tiny hole in your mouth. So there's nothing left to breathe out. And release. And let's do some windshield wipers. Breathing freely. And then we're going to come to the center. We're going to bring our heart opener. This is like cobra arms. Shoulder blades are slightly coming together. Shoulders coming back and down. Chest lifted. As you exhale, twist to the left from the waist. The shoulders and neck are just coming along for the ride. Take 3 big rib breaths. You're going to feel them in your ribs. Back in the center. Inhale, lift that heart. Exhale, twist from the waist. From the waist. Neck and shoulders come along for the ride. Big rib breaths. Feel those right ribs breathing. Back in the center, let's do a few of those cat-cows like we did in the beginning. And then just sit back, let it go. Close your eyes. Take 3 cleansing breaths. Breathing in the nose and let it out of your mouth, maybe with a sound, maybe with a sigh. And again. And 1 more. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If you stick with this practice, 1 to hopefully 2 or 3 times a week, I promise you will see improvement. You will be stronger and you will have less pain. Namaste. Bye.